The movie actually began production in 2009 but wasn't planned to be released until 2014, leaving director David Ayer just 6 weeks to write the screenplay for its release date. It shows.
Yeah, I know.
Ryan Gosling was originally the star they wanted as the Joker, and Tom Hardy was also Rick Flag, but Gosling fell through, leading to Oscar winner Jared Leto landing the clown role, and Hardy later admitted he regretted the decision but he had to back out. Jake Gyllenhaal was then offered the part but turned it down, but despite this, they managed to cast Will Smith, Jared Leto, Margot Robbie, Jai Courtney, Ben Affleck, and some other people you don't really know or care about. But that is actually an amazing lineup! How could you mess that up? How? The cast were also unhappy as the film underwent many cuts, including most of Jared Leto's scenes, which upset the actor greatly. But not the audience.
That's not true. That's a lie.
Though the director did admit he wished he made Joker one of the main villains after all, and it was a stupid decision to not have done so in the first place.
It makes no sense.
Leto was also, well, a dick. I was hyped to see him in this role, as I know just how good an actor he really is. But regardless of my thoughts on the dude's performance, which we'll get onto later,
come on, I'm bored.
He would allegedly remain in character the entire time and even send people gifts as the Joker, including rats, dead pigs, used condoms, and anal beads. That's not even funny or have anything to do with the Joker. It's just like he wanted to be a dick and then use the role as an excuse. Which is weird because the director wanted Shia LaBeouf in the movie, but the studio refused because he's an asshole to work with. Makes perfect sense.
I'm here to find out.
And Margot Robbie also got a lot of backlash just for accepting the role, even receiving death threats as Harley was such a beloved character to take on. Calm down guys, it's just a comic.
Say it again?
But there were even reshoots after filming had ended. Shooting originally wrapped in April 2015, but once Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice was slated for being too dark and miserable, they spent about $22 million to reshoot scenes to make it more lighthearted, and it did still succeed financially, earning $746.8 million worldwide, making it the second best worldwide debut for any DC movie in history, only behind the aforementioned Dawn of Justice, and the 7th best of any superhero film ever made. But it didn't matter because the movie was slated by critics anyway. Many found the script too muddled with too many characters and bad direction. Others found it too ugly and boring and felt the action didn't really help. Joe Morgenstern from the Wall Street Journal even called it an all-out attack on the whole idea of entertainment. Ouch.
It's World War III.
Others felt the Joker was wasted, and people just thought the movie was rushed entirely to try to keep up with Marvel and their previous success, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. It also won an Oscar. But how could they mess this up? They have a star-studded cast, they had a monstrous budget, they had the death of Superman to capitalise from, unbelievable possibilities, so many opportunities just handed to them. And they still messed it up! Let's get this over with and find out why I think Suicide Squad is the worst DC movie ever made. Because it is. So we open with Hancock, Deadshot, played by Will Smith, pretending a punching bag is the Academy after Pursuit of Happiness lost, as we're shown the guards treating him like crap with terrible food, and they laugh when he threatens them. I can see why. Before we introduce to Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie.
You know the rules, Hotness. You gotta keep off these bars.
On these bars?
Yeah, those bars. Oh my God. You are really in bad shape upstairs, lady.
Because she licked some prison bars. She's crazy because she licked some prison bars. There we go. Just 2 minutes in, and we've already hit the main problem with this movie. It's fucking subtlety! Now, I am not a comic book fan, and I won't pretend to know the source material that well, but from what I can gather, Harley was a shrink who the Joker sent insane, and she's a complete schizophrenic. But this movie tries to shoehorn in the fact that she's nuts. No, like every chance they get.
You are really in bad shape upstairs, lady.
She's crazier than him.
Sorry.
The voices.
That is just a whole lot of pretty and a whole lot of crazy.
God, if you weren't so crazy, I'd think you were insane.
Hey, craziness. What they say about the crazy ones.
I'm off my meds.
But the movie doesn't once, not one time, does it ever show her actually being crazy. Now, I have seen both the theatrical cut and the extended cut. In the theatrical version, there is next to no indication that she's nuts. Other than, you know, literally saying it.
Sorry. The voices.
Just saying you're crazy doesn't automatically make you crazy. In the extended cut, we do get a lot more. In the opening, she gets electrocuted and gets a flashback to her being tortured and tormented by guards, but also she has a lot more scenes with the Joker. In these flashbacks, she shows some signs of insanity, but once back to present day, there is nothing other than her announcing it. She parades around the entire movie acting like some annoying, bad-mouthed blonde, but never a crazy chick. I'll be making several comparisons, but Corey Michael Smith in Gotham as the Riddler. He started normal and it was a slow decline to madness. And they showed it. He was schizophrenic. He had constant arguments with his own inner thoughts, the voices in his head. He was nuts. It actually showed him struggling with other voices. Here, she's just crazy because she said she's crazy. She said she had voices in her head, so that means she's nuts. Margot Robbie does an amazing job in the role with what's given to her, but the script just doesn't do her justice. She's pretending to be a psycho in a script that shows no signs of her being a psycho.
Do something.
Anyway, we then see that the world is a completely changed place after Superman died. I'm not sure why exactly. I mean, he didn't really do anything in the last movie that he didn't already do in Man of Steel, but whatever, we'll get to that.
It's taken some work, but I finally have them. The worst of the worst.
You got that right. So this Amanda chick meets up with these two douchebags to give us a long-ass introduction of our main characters. Starting with Deadshot, who opens with the mask but hardly ever wears it because it's Will Smith and he's far more important than catering to comic book virgins.
Oh man, I love you.
To its credit, Smith is actually badass as hell. He's waiting to get paid before carrying out a hit and then he kills them all, briefly putting the mask on for 2 seconds, but it works. Smith is so badass, but what the hell do you expect? It's Will Smith! And that's my issue. It's just Will Smith. I mean, I love Will Smith and he does a great job in this, but does he actually do anything in it that separates it from his other performances? He's just Hancock.
I wanted to come by and personally say thank you.
Oh, and Deadshot has this subplot where his daughter isn't allowed to live with him because of his life of crime, before Batman himself shows up, again played by Affleck, and although it only lasts a couple of seconds, it is pretty cool to see Affleck and Smith go at it. But eventually his daughter gets in the way and he surrenders arrest. Then we go to Harley. Wait, she killed Robin? She killed Robin? Fucking when? When? What is it with these movies just breezing over important events? Here's Batman. Don't know how he began. He's just Batman. He's going around doing his thing. Wonder Woman? She doesn't need a backstory. Here's Wonder Woman. Fucking accept it. Here's Flash. He's already got a TV series. Go and watch that because we're not going to fucking build the story. Just watch that shit. What the fuck?
It's so intense.
But look, a lot of these characters aren't that well known to the public, so they're being rushed an explanation right at the start, and yet it's obvious they're just trying to keep up with Guardians. But the problem is, Guardians had entertaining characters who we grew to love over the course of the movie. This just tells you fast backstories right at the start, develops no characters over the rest of the film, and expects you to care. And why does Harley even fall for the Joker? It's never gone over, it's never explained. She is just his shrink, and what, she finds his psychotic nature attractive? And just look at this version of the Joker.
I need a machine gun.
A machine gun?
Talk about a workplace romance gone wrong.
What the hell is he doing? Did he just come? I need a machine gun. Oh, run away from that guy!
I did everything you said. I helped you.
You helped me by erasing my mind.
He sounds like a teenager trying to sound intimidating.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Quite possibly one of the worst lines I have ever heard in my entire life. And not just because it should be badly. Also, way to rip off The Shining.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
Oh, and the Joker laugh? That's terrible! terrible. Apparently he actually rehearsed this in front of loads of people and he went with the laugh that made them the most uncomfortable. But no, it's just bad. It's weird and not in a creepy way, in a even I can kick his ass way.
Pardon?
Listen, you are my gift to this handsome hunka.
I'm gonna kill myself. This is easily one of the worst performances ever put to screen. I don't even care. There probably is a specific comic that he's adapting this performance from, but it is terrible. He makes Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor seem a whole lot better. Yes, that bad. I went there.
I love this guy.
His look is great. He looks like a badass Joker, but the acting is where it loses me. Once the images were released, I was psyched. And Jared Leto is an amazing actor, so I was even more pumped. But what the volcanic erupted hamster shit is this? He's constantly like that 16-year-old who wants to try to hang out with Don Corleone and act like a true badass, but he's just a kid! He's annoying, he's not funny, he's not scary, he's laughable, and has some of the worst dialogue ever written in the history of ever! Oh, and he is entirely pointless in this whole movie. Now, I want to come back to this later because there are some defenses about how the Joker does have a purpose in the film, but for now, all he does is we get the backstory, he does Joker things, and then he continues to do Joker things for a while, breaks Harley out, supposedly dies. Yeah, totally convinced.
Yes.
Then shows up at the end to break Harley out again. And the sad thing is, most of that is cut out of the theatrical cut. The bonding he and Harley had isn't there, so he serves even little purpose. The development some people claim he gave Harley isn't there. He is literally completely pointless in this entire movie. He does nothing to further the plot. We'll go over more later, so let's just move on.
Do it!
So Joker tries to get Harley to bang some dude, but she gets rejected, so he shoots him in the head, and then we have some epileptic ass editing because it's art. Batman chases them, they crash into a lake, and Joker vanishes into thin air. It's actually never explained what happens here. Like, Batman dives in, saves Harley. Not sure if that was supposed to be funny, but it was. And Joker is never mentioned. There's no where the hell did he go? Harley never even mentions him, so whatever. We then get the backstory of another character just 15 minutes in, Captain Boomerang. Oh no, Batman's coming. Better send Captain Boomerang. Sounds like a Simpsons villain. Pew 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 pew, don't mess with me. Woo, pew 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 pew. But he gets owned by the Flash before quickly moving on because I guess he's not important enough. Then we get Diablo. He just sets fire to people. Next, Academy Award-winning Killer Croc eats a goat. Lovely.
I saved the best for last. The witch.
A witch?
I'm talking a flying spell casting, making shit disappear witch.
Oh, so she made all of the good ideas vanish. Yeah, so this almighty witch called Enchantress is a thing. Some bird called June Moon. She's an archaeologist called June Moon. The subtlety is fucking amazing!
Shut up.
Anyway, she wandered into a cave and unleashed the witch. And they need the others because she can control the whole world! Why do they need anybody else?
In a world of flying men and monsters, this is the only way to protect our country.
Or you could ask the Justice League, you know, the ones that are actually saving your asses every day. I mean, Soup's kicked the bucket, but you still got Bats, Wonder Woman, and the Flash. And they never show up. The city is in complete ruins later, and where the hell are they? They playing Xbox somewhere? What the hell?
Yeah, I got another one.
Master Wayne, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's a bit of commotion outside.
Alfred, you don't understand. I got a kill streak in Fortnite. I'm busy. Go ask Robin.
Master Grayson was murdered last Wednesday, Master Wayne.
What? When the hell did that happen?
Last week when you played Minecraft, remember?
Who cares? I'm busy. Fuck Gotham.
We got contingency plans for nukes in North Korea, anthrax in our mail, we got fluoride in our water. But what happens if the next Superman becomes a terrorist?
Haven't we now had 3 movies of this exact same message? What is this, Shrek? It's the same message 3 movies in! Superman comes from Krypton. Oh, I don't know if we can trust him. He killed Zod for you. He killed Zod for you. And you're still like, oh yeah, but I don't know if we can trust him. He then sacrificed himself. He saved the fucking world. He saved the world and died for you. Yeah, but I don't know if we can trust him. What the hell does it take? He died for you! He gave up his life and saved the planet! And you're wondering if the next one's gonna be evil? Are you fucking high? He died! He saved the fucking world! In fact, wait a minute, no, don't cut away because I'm not done! You're bitching, oh, I don't know if we can trust the next Superman. What, but you can trust some supervillains? One of which is capable of the fucking apocalypse? I don't understand!
Are you sweet-talking me?
We then pretty much get a montage of all of the characters. Enchantress shows up at the office. Will Smith is depressed about his recent movie choices. Academy Award-winning Killer Croc admittedly does look pretty cool. Diablo refuses to use fire anymore.
I'm a man, okay? I ain't no weapon. I'ma die in peace before I raise my fist again.
We'll see. Also, why are they getting these people together? I mean, their powers are a bit shit. I mean, you've got one guy who can shoot well, you've got a crazy chick with a bat, you've got a guy with fire who won't use fire, you've got Captain Boomerang, and then a giant crocodile. Oh! And they even take Deadshot's restraints off to check if his aim really is that good, with nobody wearing protective earwear, by the way, which is a necessity. And which one is it? Does Deadshot need his mask to check the angle and everything for the bullet to hit and be able to have perfect aim? Because that's how they portray it later. But here, and in several other scenes, he has perfect aim regardless. You can't have it both ways, you morons! But more importantly, why doesn't he kill anyone? I mean, he almost does. He puts a gun to their head and teases them, but he thinks that there's no real bullet in it, and then he finds out that it is real.
Y'all jokers must be crazy.
Subtlety! But why wouldn't he do it for realsies? I mean, he does make a deal that it will help them if they let him see his daughter, but at the start of the scene, there was no deal, and he would have no way of knowing they'd agree to this anyway. But for now, we'll actually let this one go. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll buy it, alright? I'll buy it. He didn't kill anyone for his daughter's sake. Whatever. It'll only get worse later. But really, there's no excusing this joke.
Ames, if this man shoots me, I want you to kill him. And I want you to go clear my browser history.
One of the most overused jokes ever. And it's 2016! But then, oh great, we're back to this cunt waffle.
So what are we doing?
Bring the car around. We're going for a drive.
And go get my acting coach. He needs to be fired. And laugh like a proper psychopath, you weirdo!
All of that chit-chat's gonna get you hurt.
Oh my God.
He even growls and purrs. You're the Joker! One of the greatest supervillains in history, and you fucking suck! Every interpretation tried different things, so I guess I'll give Leto that much. But this just isn't working. An underrated performance is Cameron Monaghan in Gotham. He was clearly inspired by Heath Ledger's portrayal, but he added his own mannerisms and was genuinely badass, creepy, and terrifying. And you know what the sad thing is? Jared Leto is 22 years older than Monaghan! Now, I know that Gotham is obviously based on them growing up and they're a lot younger, but my point is, how the hell can the Joker, who's basically a kid, who's much younger, how can he be actually scary and intimidating, but a grown-ass man is hilariously bad? I don't get it! I can't take him seriously!
Nobody does.
So, I'll attempt to care about this backstory, but this dude is called Rick Flag, and he gets visited by Enchantress. She promises to build a machine to destroy everyone. Then this guy collapses on the subway, then I guess Venom attacks him, the doctor and the security guard, before they kill the train. Sorry, I tried to care.
And?
Then they decide now is the time and taser Harley to take her down before targeting Deadshot next.
Yeah, open the door, let's go!
Okay, that was funny.
Lady. Hey. Hi, miss.
Location verified.
Oh.
Next.
Are you deaf? You one of them deaf hoes.
He's just Will Smith.
You gonna tell him I took care of you?
You're so screwed.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Get off! Get off! Harley, what do you mean by that?
And we never see him again. Never. Not once. And by the way, a lot of people were wondering, including me, because I actually did put it in my script and then I realised I had to take it out, how Harley Quinn actually has a phone from this point onwards. Like, do they not check her or anything? But in this scene, this guy actually does slip her the phone. It's very brief, you blink, you miss it, so I guess there's one thing debunked. Yeah, it still sucks. But oh well, time for more Joker! And I can't help but feel it's the same issue as Brandon Routh when he was Superman. They just look like they're playing dress up. And I don't mean the outfit and makeup. Like I said, that's awesome. By the way, it actually took 3 hours to apply the makeup to Jared Leto, so did he stay in character the entire time? Oh yes, apply the makeup, yes, apply the makeup, oh, yeah. This is very good, yeah. Oh, now the tattoo. Yeah, now the neck, do the neck. You're such a sexy hunka. Yes, I like the makeup. Time to do my scene. But their mannerisms, it just doesn't fit the scene or the characters they're in. But oh well, Enchantress escaped. What the hell did you expect? Also, I don't care. So this is where the city is now in complete ruins, but the Justice League are too busy getting Taco Bell or something, I don't know.
Yeah! I am undefeated!
Your parents didn't die for this shit.
And this is where you'll notice the soundtrack is just all over the place. Now, a lot of people bitched about the entire thing, but honestly, we're 44 minutes in, and this is only the first time it actually bothered me. Harley starts introducing herself to everyone, and they all feel a bit awkward, but the music just doesn't fit the scene.
Hi, boys. Harley Quinn. How do you do?
And then just minutes later, they're suiting up and they play Without Me by Eminem.
Two trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside.
At what point would that ever fit in here? They have a dance song while Harley kicks ass in a lift. And the film randomly ends with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
It's like a jukebox just got really confused or jammed or something. It's like the movie was literally that behind that they had to rush in and realize, oh, we're having a musical score. I'll just put all these songs in randomly. They just pulled out their CD collection, put, any of these, this will do.
Man, this is crazy.
So they're informed that if they try to disobey orders or escape, they die. It's basically the condemned. Oh, and they all stare at Harley. Much like her being a psycho, it's hammered in that she's hot. Just in case you forget, she's hot. This is already like the 3rd or 4th reference, but I was too occupied making notes of the 200 mentions of her being crazy, so I didn't bother with those as well. Oh, and Amanda says if they succeed in this mission, then they'll get the sentences reduced, because why not rip off Cena Weevil as well?
So that's it? What, we some kind of suicide squad?
Smith, why are you in this? Remember, some fanboys say, it's subtle. And then, just a mere 49 minutes in, we're introduced to another character, Katana. But don't worry, we get loads of character development in the form of a flashback. See, now we know her completely.
Harley Quinn, nice to meet ya. Love your perfume. What is that? The stench of death?
Adults wrote this. Actual human adults wrote this dialogue, wrote these insults.
I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board.
Yeah, worse than that. But then Joker texts Harley to inform her that he's on his way to save her. Oh, and just in case you forgot.
I don't know if they told you, but I'm a hitman. I'm not a fireman. I don't save people.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention. They're the bad guys. Much like Harley's hot and Harley's crazy, they're also the bad guys, and they feel the need to mention it every chance they get.
I don't save people.
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
And I'm the bad guy.
Hell, here, he even looks directly into the camera and says it.
We're the bad guys.
How much more force can you get? Did they mention they're the fucking bad guys?
There's no other way.
But they all end up crashing, but somehow still step out unscathed.
We're okay. Assets are undamaged.
Phew, we nearly had a conflict of interest there for a second.
Now that's killer app.
This dialogue is actually making Supergirl seem harmless. I'm sorry, Supergirl fans. I apologise.
You got a boyfriend?
These jokes are terrible, and these were reshot to make the film more light-hearted? The jokes make me want to kill myself more than the dark stuff.
I'm gonna drop him, the Sword Lady, 5 or 7 of these seals. After that, I'm gonna need some help. You down?
Always. What about the shit in our necks?
Your friend's gonna help us out with that, right?
You're my friend, too.
Did you get that? Did you get that? Because they're friends. Even though there's been like no signs of them actually developing a friendship during the entire movie. No, it's character development. It might actually be an in-joke because in the comics, Harley ends up porking Deadshot, but it doesn't matter either way. Character development. Oh, and then she suggests the same plan to Boomerang, and he just says,
Sounds good.
see, this is terrific character development. And then he does the same with Diablo. This film sucks.
Amanda, we have hostiles up ahead.
Flag, get out of there.
We're not here to fight them. We know that doesn't work.
So what the hell are you there then? I'm not gonna lie, at this point, I'm just trying to go with the flow. Because they say, oh, we've got this important mission. They never actually say what the mission is, by the way. And then they take these supervillains, these criminals out, and then they find these hoodlums, these vigilantes or whatever, these thugs, and these bad guys, you know, worse bad guys, because they're the bad guys. And then they're like, by the way, we're not here to fight. So what the fuck are you gonna do there? Play Connect 4?
Always.
So the fight is on. Katana gets this slow-mo shot cutting someone's head, which just looks cheesy as hell. But the rest of the action actually looks pretty cool. Until they seem to spoof the Matrix with Harley ducking a sword. It's a Matrix spoof. In 2016. Wow.
That's what I do.
But I must admit, there is a great moment where Harley remains loyal to her character and just wants to let Flag die.
Good riddance.
Harley! He dies! We die!
Then Captain Boomerang yells at Diablo for not helping. Why is he even here? He already said he wouldn't help, so why the hell are you bringing him along in the first place?
There's your pep talk.
But oh well, Flag promises Deadshot to see his kid again if he helps with the mission and to gain the other's trust. Harley sees a motorbike, which brings back another flashback of the Joker. Yay. For the record, most of these flashbacks are only in the extended cut. But even then, the Joker is still entirely pointless, but don't worry, we'll get to that with time.
I have proved I love you. Just accept it.
Got it. I am not someone who is loved. I'm an idea.
I am not someone who is acting. I'm a disgrace. The Joker literally says, I'm an idea. He literally says it! He literally says it!
Why do you eat people?
It's a hobby, really. It helps us relax.
So Harley starts talking smack to everyone before Katana actually takes her mask off, if anyone even cares.
I am not hiding.
There we go. That ought to do me for character development. Then Harley chills in a lift, kicks some ass, and for some reason everyone is surprised by this. Why? She's a serial killer who kicks ass. It's what she does. It's why you brought her along in the first place. You should be surprised if Diablo does anything. He's done not a goddamn thing this entire movie.
Shut up.
So they get jumped for these Venom-looking douchebags, but again they protect Flag. Then Deadshot literally teases Diablo like a 12-year-old at school, and that somehow gets him to break his vow to never use fire again. He was teasing him like a child.
Don't touch me. What you gonna do? I'm touching you. I'm touching you. Do something.
Touch me!
Oh, I'm gonna touch your head. I'm gonna touch your head. No, do something. Do something. No. This script is dog shit.
Yeah, you're a bad liar.
Then we get another flashback to Joker and Harley, which was in the theatrical version but cut a lot shorter. She jumps into Ace Chemicals because remember, acid equals insanity somehow. Then he follows with a terrible blue screen and they kiss. This movie sucks. Alright, at least the laugh was better.
Thanks.
Shut up.
Oh, he's embarrassed of us.
Hey, Flag. This dude better cure cancer after all of this shit.
This film is cancer!
You wouldn't have made it without them.
Got lucky. I don't do luck. I do planning and precision.
Admit it, Rick. I was right.
What? What?
Admit it, Rick. I was right.
You were right? Enchantress was a part of a group that you formed. And she escaped. And she's the reason. She is the reason that the world is fucking under attack. She's the reason Gotham is up in flames right now. You were right. You were right. You were this group of criminals that you thought you could control and trust. They stopped the witch bitch, who was also in their group, you know, that you formed. But because they stopped the fucktard bitch cunt, you were right. Bats, she was right. You know what? It's almost like every single person who has died, all of this destruction, it's all your fault, you dumb, moronic, selfish, decently acted, poorly written bitch!
Don't make me shoot you.
Then Amanda shoots some FBI agents because... I don't know.
Damn. That is just a mean lady.
Will Smith just said that line. I'm gonna eat my own corn poop.
What, I got a hickey or something?
No, just another terrible joke. So Harley gets another text from Joker for her to come out and go to him. She has like a split second of hesitation as she looks to Deadshot, who shakes his head no, but that is it. They have literally no development on this friendship whatsoever. They've worked together just because they've had to work together. There has legitimately been absolutely no signs of them growing to like each other one bit. This is some of the worst writing I have ever seen. Oh, and now it's time to return to those defenses about how the Joker isn't pointless. I've heard some fanboy claim that Joker is needed as Harley has to find her own independence, to split away from him and allow herself to have friends, so he is vital to this film. And to that I say, fucking when?
Sure, okay.
Like I said, there's been no development on the friendships, even at the end. But even right now, she jumps at the chance of going back to the Joker. The movie even ends with the bitch jumping back in his arms, making the entire fucking movie completely pointless. The circumstances do not change from the start of the film to the finish, other than Deadshot being able to see his kid. It's entirely goddamn pointless. And what basically happens here is Harley somehow makes it to him completely unharmed. I mean, look at all these bullets flying everywhere. Deadshot is instructed to kill her and he misses on purpose. Why? They've not developed a goddamn friendship. And it's even worse when they say,
kill Harley Quinn. Do it for your freedom and your kid.
Oh, she did.
And he still misses! It's your kid or shoot a serial killer! It's your kid or some hoe who murders people, you moron!
Okay, honey. It's me and you.
Let's do it.
Why does the Joker always talk like he's got some food stuck in the back of his throat? Okay, honey. Shush, me and you. Has he been learning to act from Zod? I will admit though, although Joker normally treats Harley like shit, I do kind of like this newer idea where it's a mutual, albeit dysfunctional love. It's different and I don't really see a problem with that. Oh yeah, and then Joker explodes and obviously dies.
Mission's not over. It is for me. We had a deal.
Yes, and you actually could have been free and probably with your daughter right now if you would have just shot Harley, but it turns out you're a terrible father. And then Harley is left on the ground, and for a few seconds, you can actually see her loneliness and separation from Joker, which she hides before the others show up. It's like she needs a friend, but that's it. It's a few seconds, and again, no friendship is fucking formed! So yes, Joker is entirely pointless in this whole movie. He serves no purpose, none of the plot is affected, other than the ending when he breaks Harley out. They could have had Joker not appear at all, and then right at the end, he shows up as a surprise, breaks her out for a cliffhanger ending. But oh wait, this movie doesn't like good ideas.
With my heart returned, I can finish my weapon. Now tell me how to destroy your armies.
Do your worst, bitch.
Why would you say that to someone who's capable of destroying the entire world, you stupid bitch!
Just having a laugh?
So Rick reveals the truth to the others that Enchantress took over his wife's body, and who cares? They gotta get drunk in a bar because they need it, and so do I. You know what? I don't actually mind this scene, except for Deadshot clearly pointing out they're the bad guys again. But it's a nice little casual scene where they feel low and just chat. They feel like they nearly accomplished their mission. Well, you didn't. You could have just, you know, killed a murderer and then you would have been back with your daughter by now, but whatever.
You're a little pain in the ass.
But they feel like they're now going to get the blame for the whole thing.
Flag had you chasing a carrot on a stick, homie. You don't know that?
Well, obviously he did. He did know that because he didn't shoot Harley. He didn't listen, he didn't follow the orders. Every line of dialogue makes no sense!
How many people you killed, man?
You don't ask nobody no question like that, S.A.
You ain't never whacked out no women? No kids?
I don't kill women or children.
Okay, first of all, let me just rewind to an earlier scene.
I will knock your ass out. I do not care that you're a girl.
Oh yeah, I'll beat the shit out of them, but I won't kill them. Secondly, it's your child, you moron! If someone said to me, put a bullet in the head of Kathy Bates from Misery or I'm kidnapping your kid, sorry, that bitch is eating a bullet. Thirdly, you're after the Enchantress! Who's a female? And you can say, oh yeah, he's being forced to hunt her down. Technically, he was forced to shoot Harley and didn't. And by the way, after this, Rick actually lets them go, and Deadshot chooses to go after Enchantress. Who's a woman? What the fuck?
When does this end, Flag?
Okay, so Diablo talks about his backstory just 95 minutes in. Yeah, he's got too much power, couldn't control it, no one cares. The only interesting backstories are Deadshot and Harley, but they're barely shown.
And the kids?
He killed them. Didn't you?
You're dating the Joker! Who kills people on the daily, and now you're having a go at Diablo for killing some people? In fact, wait a minute, you killed Robin! I'm not sure how old he is in this timeline, but he's usually relatively young. Get off your high horse, you loony! Oh no, wait, sorry, no, she's not a loony in this. Get off your high horse, you perfectly sane yet annoying and, you know, quite bangable bitch! Yeah, she shows no signs of insanity here. None whatsoever. She's acting completely normal.
You know, outside, you're amazing. But inside, you're ugly.
These are grown adults.
We all are. Except for him. He's ugly on the outside, too.
Not me, shorty. I'm beautiful.
Yeah, you are.
But you just said he wasn't. And you could say it's a joke, you know, that she's patronising. Oh, of course you're beautiful, but it wasn't funny. I am genuinely concerned about the mental health of this director. I actually am. I want to go out of my way to find out that he's okay. I really do. If someone knows him personally, someone just send him this video, please, because I'm actually concerned.
You preaching? So
this is where Flag reveals Deadshot's daughter sent him letters that they kept from him for some reason. And then he lets them go. Why don't they kill Flag? I mean, they're psychotic criminals. I mean, I can kind of understand why Deadshot and maybe Diablo wouldn't, as they're the only ones who have shown any remorse. But why aren't any of the others at least tempted? They're fucking criminals!
My daughter is going to know that her daddy is not a piece of shit.
You would rather never see her again than shoot a fucking serial killer! So they head off to find Enchantress. Boomerang throws a super serious boomerang to see a portal in the sky, because of course there's a portal in the sky.
I'm going with you.
We got this.
I'm not asking, bro.
Academy Award-winning Killer Croc sucks. I mean, sure, he looks awesome. I can let the Oscar go. But they have just one joke. He's just a monster who speaks like a monster but says silly things that a monster wouldn't normally say. That's it. And it's never funny.
Yeah, we should get a drink sometime.
And Boomerang hitting on Katana will never be funny. So we see Enchantress gyrating around like she's had a gallon of sugar and then had a seizure. Yeah, I'm not taking this seriously. Before we see false visions of Deadshot killing Batman, Harley marrying Joker, Rick banging the witch, Diablo sees his wife again.
It's not real.
I killed the bat.
Now, homie, you don't want that.
What? I want that.
Okay, that was funny.
But it is our time. The sun is setting and the magic rises. The metahumans are a sign of change.
Lady, you are evil!
How do you make Will Smith suck? I mean, it's Will Smith, king of the one-liners. He gave us
Welcome to Earth.
And
that's what I call a close encounter.
And now we have
You are evil!
How do you even look at that line, write it, and think, oh yeah, that's worth making it past the first draft? But oh well, some giant-ass Egyptian dude attacks them.
I lost one family, I ain't gonna lose another one.
When? Fucking when? When did you connect with any of these close enough to be family? Close enough to be friends, let alone family? I have a stronger relationship with my girlfriend's ex-fucking boyfriend! But Diablo somehow turns into some giant-ass monster. Could have done with that earlier, but whatever. The more bastards attack while the witch tries to take over the world. Oh, Will, why are you shooting at her? She's a woman.
There's just one teeny problem. You mess with my friends.
There has been no signs of any of them forming any friendship with any of them! They've been dysfunctional this whole fucking time! Oh well, she cuts the bitch's heart out and saves the day while the Justice League are busy playing Fortnite or something. Oh, and bear in mind earlier, he was promised his daughter and freedom and missed on purpose to sabotage their mission, but now he imagines his actual daughter in front of him, begging him to not shoot, and he still does it anyway! This is actually a throwback to earlier where Deadshot claims that he doesn't believe in love. So now he has a dilemma. If he kills her, he may never see his daughter again, but has saved her life. But if he doesn't kill her, the world still ends. No, this makes no fucking sense! It's meant to be him feeling love, but it makes no goddamn sense! Oh, and they even have time to beg for Rick's wife back as if we still care. This witch bitch has had about 3 deaths at this point. Get on with it! Just in case you're concerned, though, she does get rescued.
I thought I killed you.
I thought I killed you.
You killed Cinema. Then Amanda shows up. Holy shit, this has more endings than Return of the King! But she offers 10 years off their sentences as a reward and any other requests they want.
Darling, I'm walking out of here free man, or we're gonna start having some real fun.
Why don't we have some fun?
Let's reboot the Terminator franchise again after your one sucked.
Hey!
Then we cut to Deadshot helping his daughter with her homework, Queen plays for absolutely no reason, Joker breaks her out, and my misery is over. This is just inexcusable. There's no words. Honestly, this is just shit. There's nothing to the characters, which is a real shame because from a non-comic book fan, I'd love to learn more about them. It's boring, the jokes aren't funny, the Joker is entirely pointless, there's good ideas hidden deep beneath, but wow, it's just a waste of time, money, and effort. Stay clear at all costs.